5:51, so just about a minute ago, a tornado was confirmed over Oaxaca. This is 29 miles south of Omaha, and it's moving north at about 10 miles per hour, so pretty slow.
Okay, so again, slow movement on these storms, not unusual with tornado-producing thunderstorms of this size and of this magnitude, but this is the Oaxaca area. So again, if you live in Oaxaca, folks, we want you to be in your safe place. If you're near Oaxaca, even if you live on the outskirts of town, if you live on a farm, an acreage, something you need to be getting to your safe locations right now. So this is a confirmed tornado in or near Oaxaca, moving to the north at about 10 miles per hour. So that's the latest tornado warning there. That's for southeastern Cass and runs until 6:15. We'll take you back to Lancaster County. We haven't, it's good news, we haven't had any additional reports of tornado confirmation from this particular tornado warning, at least in the last 10 minutes. That continues, that tornado warning, also till 6:15 for east central Lancaster, southwestern Cass, and northwestern Odo. Storms continuing to move slowly to the northeast at about 15 miles per hour. It's this area to the north of Bennett. And again, if we've had any north or northeasterly movement, we're probably talking about now maybe 5, 6, 7 miles, maybe up to 10 miles north of Bennett with that main threat area. But again, the shape of the polygon will show you not only the area, but also the direction that that storm is supposed to be moving according to radar. So here's our area here that we're still very concerned with. Highway 2 down here. Excuse me, you can see Eagle right there, so certainly you folks in Eagle, now would be a great time, even if the civil defense sirens or the tornado sirens aren't sounding, now would be a great time to get to your safe place just to be safe, and hopefully that's what you've all been doing here over the last 15 minutes to a half hour. So if we widen out the view a little bit, Sean, give me a picture of Lancaster County, a pretty good shot of Lancaster County, because it does look like, and again, according to radar, and we've been on now pretty much for the last hour, if not a little bit longer, we have had some splintering of this particular supercell. It does look like at least the northern and northwestern portions of this storm is weakening a bit. Again, that's just according to radar. I'm not out there in northern Lancaster County, so this is certainly not an all-clear signal by any stretch of the imagination, but it does appear that the storm is breaking up a little bit and that the northern portions of that storm are a little bit weaker than they were earlier, but of course earlier they had the potential to drop baseball and softball size hail. So we've got one cluster of storms here to the north or in north Lincoln, and also in South Lincoln with some very heavy rain producing here. This is all part of this severe thunderstorm warning, and then this particular cell, which does continue to look a little more intense, has got the tornado warning associated with it from that Bennett and Eagle area, moving off to the northeast at about 15 miles an hour. So we've got a new warning here now. This is going to cover most of Seward County. You can see that new warning popping up. Thank you, Sean. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Excuse me. For northeastern Saline, west central Lancaster, and southeastern Seward County. This is until 6:30. So this is a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. At just before 6 o'clock, a severe thunderstorm was located over Milford, or about 18 miles west of Lincoln, moving to the northeast now at 10 miles per hour. The main hazard from this particular cell would be half-dollar size hail. So that's what we're looking at there. Half-dollar size hail is the main concern at this point. And half-dollar size hail, what are we talking about? 1.25 inches? According to that's 1.25 inch size hail. So you can see the polygon is a generally wide area that would include portions of northwest Saline, southeastern Seward, and west central Lancaster County with this new severe thunderstorm warning, this polygon right here with this storm moving to the northeast at 10 miles per hour. So again, that is the newest warning there. Sean, if we zoom out a little bit, can we give all the folks that have warnings a little bit of a chance here? I want you to show me York and Fillmore County, that warning, and I apologize that we haven't spent more time with some of these other areas, but again, the tornado warning certainly taking precedence in Lancaster County and Cass County and some other locations as well. Excuse me. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings that continue until 6:30 for southeastern York and eastern Fillmore County. Again, that's until 6:30. A severe thunderstorm was located near Exeter. Of course, this was about 15 minutes ago, so I'm sure that's moved at least a little bit. Moving to the north at 15 miles an hour. The potential there was for golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So this is the York and Fillmore County warning. And just to the west of that, we want to welcome back our viewers on KNPL in North Platte. Welcome back. Now that the CBS Evening News has ended, this would be normally our 6 o'clock news time, and we've got Bridget and Owen miking up over here, so I'm sure we'll be hearing from them shortly. but we're going to continue to try and see. Why don't you? We've got eastern Clay County until 6:15. That's what we're looking at right here to the west of Geneva and Fillmore County. That is Clay County, eastern Clay County until 6:15, and Sean is zooming into that. And we also have at least a little portion of Phelps County there that continues with a severe thunderstorm warning until 6 o'clock. So it's been really hard to keep track on the time and expiration of some of these severe thunderstorm warnings, even though they've been certainly serious and large-size hail, torrential rains, dangerous lightning associated with them. But we've spent an awful lot of time on those tornado warnings, especially with the warnings that included the confirmation of a couple of tornadoes in southeast Lincoln. And again, we've brought you video of that as we move through the late afternoon and early evening hours. So, Sean, let's take us back to, let's move west a little bit here. Now, what are we looking at? What kind of activity do we have here? Looks like a little bit of a weakening storm here. That's got to be Phelps County. There, and I believe that was a 6 p.m. expiration, so hopefully we've had a little bit of weakening there, and that warning will be allowed to expire. If we take down south, go to that Nebraska-Kansas line, what are we looking at as far as these storms are concerned? So we're looking at an area between, or just to the east of Mankato, and then maybe up towards Superior. This is a serious situation. This is Nuckolls County here, so this particular storm looks like it's moving also very slowly off to the north and northeast. So you folks right along that Nebraska-Kansas line need to be heads up as well for some additional severe thunderstorm warnings. Now we'll take you back to Lancaster County, and again, we appreciate the patience that everyone has had with us so far. Several warnings, and again, as we mentioned, it gets a little confusing because we've got several smaller storms, some affecting portions of a county, another one affecting another portion of a county, and so we end up with, according to the National Weather Service, several of these storm-based polygons, which are trying to be a little more accurate and a little more narrow casting in the areas that they're warning for, so that we don't just throw blanket warnings over an entire county. So we continue with this tornado warning. We've got one for Cass County and then one for portions of central Lancaster as well as portions of Cass and Otoe County. Those are the main tornado warnings, and I believe both of those are going to run until 6:15. So both of those tornado warned polygons are until 6:15. At this point, we've had reports of incredibly large hail, flooding rains. Flash flood warning continues for a good chunk of Lancaster County until 8:30. Eastern Lancaster County officially under a flash flood warning until 8:30. Torrential amounts of rain with this slow-moving storm system. But again, as radar looks right now, things are beginning to break up a little bit. That would generally be considered good news, but certainly some threatening weather is still going to be out there, and that threatening weather could include hail, and it could include some additional very heavy rain. So any additional information, Sean, that you've got for us at this point, or are we're still going to head for 6:15, and we're going to stay right where we're at?
Ken, it looks like as far as the tornado over Lancaster, that it's still, we're just allowing that warning to continue. Watching a couple other places, certainly that warning in Cass County is continuing. We also, on this National Weather Service chat, have storm spotters reporting rotation northeast of Shickley, and that's going to be just to the southwest of Geneva, Ken.
Yep, I remember seeing that. That looked like a very solid, significant storm yet, and so that's not unusual or not surprising that there might be some possible rotation with this particular storm here. You can see much of this area, Clay County, Fillmore County, already under severe thunderstorm warning, so then it's just going to be a matter of does it get to the point where radar indicates rotation so that some of these warnings are upgraded to tornado warnings. But again, this is a very heavy thunderstorm, a serious thunderstorm, large-size hail, torrential rains, and probably some dangerous lightning in there as well, and the possibility of some strong gusty winds, maybe even some damaging winds with these particular storms. And they're not very fast movers, and that's pretty much been the case all evening long, and that's one of the great threats here that will continue to be with us, that these storms are slow moving, so we're going to continue to see training where we get significant amounts of rain over the same ground for a large period of time. Once again, we've got a little bit of a velocity. We've got the velocity scope on here. And Sean, where did you say they were concerned about rotation?
It was right near Shickley, and so I'm going to venture to guess that right here.
Yeah, we're talking about this area right here. Yeah, that's got to be at least the rotation that's indicated now on radar. So you folks in Shickley, obviously, need to be